Okay. So this is something that, as I have been kind of doing some education and learning more things for the planning commission and for my role as the zoning administrator, this is one of the things that I found we should be doing that we have not previously been doing. So I went ahead and asked Lynn to go through this past year and kind of compile a list of the things that we've done as a planning commission. And then you guys can review it and complete it, and then we'll submit it to the township board in correspondence as well, so that they can see what our planning commission has been up to, just to kind of keep everybody transparent and full circle here.
So what we have right here. We don't, we just,
Just review it. You guys can discuss if there's anything on there.
Okay. okay.
Go, you know, whatever you, however you want to do it.
Tonight?
Yeah, just
yeah,
go,
okay.
yeah, just go through it and if you have questions about anything,
Then we just need to make a motion to accept it.
I think so, yeah.
Or accept it with changes.
Yep. And then we'll present it, like I said, we'll submit it to the, Tom can submit it to the township board in our packet for our February meeting, and then we'll go through it as correspondence, or we'll just put it in correspondence.
So do we need to make the change that Michelle is resigned?
This is the 2025.
Yep, this would have been for last year. So there's nothing in
Okay.
here from, yep.
Oh.
But that'll be first on the list for the new report.
I don't see anything to change.
I'm good with it the way it is, so I can make a motion that we, accept the annual 2025 annual report as presented.
Okay, so that's that by roll call or by
That'd be a
It
voice.
says voice,
voice? Okay,
supported by who? Larry?
yeah, all in favor,
Aye.
accepting the 2025 Township Planning Commission Annual Report?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. Okay, review bylaws.
Is there a purpose of why we're reviewing the bylaws? Is it?
Probably because we have,
Do we need?
It's an annual thing.
It's an annual thing, and also you and Chad are both new, so I just figured we should go through them. That's where we realized there was some conversation about whether or not we would have a February meeting, but the bylaws state that the officer election happens at the February meeting, which is why we're here.
and it looks like we haven't, reviewed them since 2015,
And
Up-
update.
Change them.
updated them. Yeah. I don't know if we've reviewed them either. But I'm sure as part of your, indoctrination to the board, you, read these, Chad, and,
I did skim them the other
Okay.
day. Yeah.
I read them too.
So is this board on the calendar every month?
Yes, with an exception that if there is not business, then the meetings can be canceled. So that's why there wasn't a January meeting. I feel like there wasn't a December meeting either.
We haven't met since
September, sorry. Okay, yeah. So in here, I do believe it says in the bylaws that the meetings are held, must have four meetings per year.
Yeah.
it's 4. I thought it was 6.
We thought it was 6 also, but after reviewing, we found that it was 4.
Okay,
So by the calendar, it's the
first
Monday.
Monday.
yes.
And if we have anything else we would like to do, I mean, or it doesn't have to be a case necessarily.
No, so this meeting, there's no case, but like I said, we needed to go with the
Yeah,
bylaws. We
yes.
needed to the election of officials. I'm looking at planning a meeting in the future and having Denise from NEMCOG come just to go over some stuff with us. Just some general updates and answer any questions that we have and kind of just do an in-house training. And then possibly looking at doing more of a countywide training for everybody as well.
I don't know if everybody knows that Rick Duel's retired.
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, Denise has
Denise
replaced,
has replaced him.
yep.
and that's good.
Yes.
I mean, Rick was good, but it's good, a good replacement.
Yeah, Denise
Yeah.
is very good.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make a motion to accept the bylaws the way they are.
I'll second that.
Okay, that's a voice vote or
That says roll call.
roll call. All right.
Larry Daring,
Yes.
Chad Ash.
Yes.
Tom Hill.
Yes.
Michelle Blount.
Yes.
Lynn Polly, yes. John's absent. Michelle.
Okay.
Okay, then it says master plan on my sheet.
Next time meeting, Green Township Hall, February 19th at 6 p.m.
I voluntold Michelle Palovich that she's gonna take a seat on the master plan committee, and that's strictly because Roxanne had stepped away and now Michelle has stepped away, so I just want to make sure. I'll be going to the meeting anyways, I always do, but I just wanted to make sure that we would have somebody there from the planning commission as well. But there were,
Anybody else would like to come?
yeah, there were two spots there, so.
If anybody else wants to come.
I won't be here.
We're doing this.
Sorry.
That's that new county master plan thing.
Yep, so it is, I think it's supposed to be completed in May, I believe. One portion of that was the coastal resiliency chapter that we received a grant for. We just completed that. And then if you saw those surveys that were going around over the summer, the surveys were for the master plan, just to help give us kind of, our goal is to have a global countywide goal. So you're coming on the 19th then?
The 19th has planned giving open house at for the hospital. I'm on a board at the hospital. So that's at 5. I'll let you know. I'll put it on my calendar, but
Okay, if you can make
Is
it
it-
great, right?
I could go, but I play golf that night.
Nice try.
I do. My friend has a simulator. We
Really?
play every Thursday night, yeah.
Oh, I'm like,
I
Tom,
could-
did you look outside?
Yeah, no,
you play
he's
golf?
got a nice garage.
That's
He didn't
funny.
have anything else better to do with his money than buy a simulator, and he asked us to play, so,
Sounds like a good friend to have.
yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Green Township Hall, anybody can go. I mean, like I said, at this point, Michelle and Roxanne had, I think you guys had appointed them, or they were voluntold that they were gonna be on the committee. So, yeah,
I think
so.
Michelle.
Yeah, I think they both did, but either way, there's a meeting. It's good to go get caught up with what's happening, and I'll be there, Michelle will be there, and if one of you wants to go, you're welcome.
so the county is running that meeting? It just
Um,
happens to be at the township?
No,
Green Township?
nope. So this meeting is gonna be run by NEMCOG. NEMCOG is the one that's doing all of our master plan planning. So Heather from NEMCOG will be there. She's been here for the last couple meetings. She'll go through, I'm not sure where she's at. She hasn't submitted the documentation for it yet, but the previous meeting, she submitted the first, I think, 5 chapters of the master plan to the master plan committee. And then everyone read through it, made changes that they wanted to make to it, and then brought them to that meeting so they could go over the changes. So I'm assuming that this meeting will be similar to that. And we met here, and so it was just, you know, I think it was Tammy or somebody said, let's go somewhere else.
Cost effective to do it as a whole county instead of everybody writing their own.
Well, bring some unity.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, capital improvement committee, because See, I was on there and Roxanne.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Yep.
Does anybody want to be on that
Abby and I are like the liaisons from the
from
board
the
of
board?
trustees,
Yes.
so I'm already on it.
Michelle's already been voluntold once.
Mhm.
She can't fill two. Yeah.
And that,
Are you thinking that's somewhat short-term committee?
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, but I
I mean,
think,
it should go along with budgeting every year at some point.
Right.
yeah, and I think anytime,
Get updated every year, so each, once we get the original one set up, it should be just updating, there's new projects, take the projects we've
Well, that's
completed off.
the budgeting. I mean,
Yeah,
But this is to create the
yes,
We're,
book.
yeah, we're starting at ground zero.
we're doing a
So-
great job. We've put together, if it's in front of you,
Oh,
that's where we're at.
you have some ideas on there.
Yeah. I'm gonna
You know,
grab my
the meeting
spreadsheet.
chat That only Abby and I attended, is somebody double booked and.
When
Abby
are
and I
you-
just threw some ideas out there,
Okay.
just so
Oh,
we had
that's okay.
something to start with.
Yeah,
So-
so the water department had given us a collection of things that they were interested in last year. And then the sewer stuff is also a collection of some things that we have from previous, just from budgeting and going through last year. And then Michelle put together in the general fund area, these are some things that we've asked for in grants. So that's where we came up with the numbers. The Princeton project is something that I've kind of been working on for the last year, trying to get some headway with that. The boardroom and the kitchen, so something that we asked from COVID, as you guys know, we were a shelter, and a warming shelter and an overnight shelter. Yeah, for the ice storm. We are also an emergency shelter for American Red Cross, just FYI. But one of the things that we asked for from that grant money that was supposed to be coming from the state, which is, I guess, still sitting at the Senate, is that we asked to upgrade our boardroom and our 2 bathrooms up front to make them handicap accessible, and then also to update our kitchen area since we use this to serve food and everything. So we got quotes from that, and that's all been, that's the numbers that are in here. Same thing with the HVAC. We included that in the grant. And the windows. The BSNA software, that's a moving target. I was in the process of getting some other numbers for that. But by all means, if there's anything that
So
you
we
guys,
have to reach out like to the MDOT or the road commission to ask what projects, so that can go in there as well as what's important, because don't they match?
yeah, so the way that, so I've only done this once, right, in the spring, right after the ice storm. And the way that worked was the road commission contacted me and said, hey, we want to go do a ride around the township. We're going to show you the roads that we think need to be improved or the work that needs to be done, the ditches, et cetera. So I rode around, and then they gave me a list and said, this is the work we want to do. And these are our estimates. And you have, I think, I can't remember what it was last year, but I think this year is like $136,000 that they'll match us. So we find that in our roads budget.
So that has to go on the master plan as well.
I don't think so, because that's a moving, like every year it's a different set of projects.
And projects have to hit a certain cost too.
Yeah. So would not in the master plan, but would go in this, in the,
Previous,
yeah,
yeah.
oh, yes, yes.
That's
It
what I
could,
meant, that's- yeah.
it could potentially go in there. We can
A
add,
ditching project that costs 2,000 probably wouldn't go in here.
no.
Right,
Redoing a whole road.
Routine maintenance wouldn't go in here,
no,
but,
not
No,
master.
but
When I sat on the DDA,
Yeah.
and I sat on the DDA for 12 years or something like that, we had capital improvement projects. I mean, the city has had that in place for many decades. And it's, putting $5,000 away for a roof that needs to be replaced in, 15 years or something like that. It's, so you can be it helps budgeting. I mean,
Proactive.
well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it's
we need to
budgeting.
be
I mean,
proactive.
I said this township needs it for 10 years.
Yeah.
I'm interested being on the committee. I mean, I think that's you're thinking this committee is gonna be a few meetings and then.
Yeah, I would say a few meetings and then as needed, if there's a
Right,
big
you would
project
hear-
or something comes up.
No, this project needs to be done. I mean, it would be nice to have a couple of CIPs for the annual budget is in April, right?
March, yeah.
March,
March.
gotta be
Yeah.
done. before we close the doors April 1st, if we don't have an approved budget.
Okay.
Right.
When
So-
they did that training, the CIP training, they said you reach out to your departments, like the road or the fire department or whoever.
Right, I
Which-
don't think
And you
any
get a
fire.
list, no,
Yeah, there
you
is
get a
public safety
list
fund.
from them
Fire.
as to their top
But we don't
5
have.
projects.
Mhm.
And then you put them in priority order.
Mhm.
And that's where you start your capital improvement plan is by, each department knows what they need, because obviously your head of that department is. So, and then you number them as to what is needed now, you know, emergency, what can wait a year, and then your long-term. And then that's kind of how the budget, the foundation gets laid out.
And that's kind of what we've done here, but the point is just that it's a planning commission task. So I can collect all the data and we can put it into these spreadsheets, but it's the planning commission's task to go through them, prioritize, look at costs, look at needs
Right.
versus wants, and then have that available.
Okay, so they did give you a list of what.
Yeah,
important.
yeah, the fire department one is not. Oh, it is, I'm sorry, it is listed on there. It just doesn't have prices at this
Doesn't have a-
point. Right,
Estimates of what it will
Right.
cost.
And those are always crapshoots anyways.
well, right, and like I
They're
said,
gonna
In
go
five,
up.
right, in 5 years, I mean, the $1 million fire truck's $1,000,000 too. I mean,
Yeah. yeah, and I mean, I can update this too, as far as that Princeton project, after getting some more information. The BSNA software, like I said, that's an updated, that will need to be updated, but this is just kind of a rough draft to give you guys an idea of what Michelle and I sat down and looked at, for the things that we want to see happen. Something else that, will go on here is, so we did the concrete work for the back 2 garages where the fire department uses one side and the water department uses the other. We got that concrete donated, and then paid to have it, formed and laid. So then something else, another project that I'm looking at for this year, which will probably go on here. Oh, it is on here. I'm sorry, is the front apron project. So it'll be the same thing. We'll reach out and see if we can get a donation for the concrete and then, be able to get a quote for what it's going to cost to do the work for that.
Yeah, like the door here, the ADA door, that was originally on here, but I got a grant to do it, so pulled it off.
But it's a good opportunity for us to sit down as a planning commission and myself as a zoning administrator and township supervisor to say, we know that there's projects and this is what we want to do with them. Also, having the CIP, going back to Linda, what you were saying about the master plan, having the CIP, it's going to be a moving target, but yes, if we have items listed in the master plan of things that we would like to do, or we have the CIP, then it's easier to go out for grants and say, look, we already have a plan. We know what this is going to cost and this is why we have this.
So do we have in our township budget, do we have like a miscellaneous expenses, or is everything
It's not necessarily miscellaneous.
we pull projects off of here? Do we have extra money in our budget that?
We could pull
pull
projects. We
projects
could do
up?
like capital
But
out.
what we would do is form the CIP.
Yeah,
Then it's given to the board of trustees, we review it, and when we're doing the budget, we are supposed to figure out how to fund it.
So we have a line item for capital outlay. So if there was a big project on here that we wanted to do, like, let's just go and say we wanted to do this, the HVAC, because we know we need a new HVAC system in the building. If we determine that that's a priority, or that's maybe not, it's not always necessarily that it's a priority, but it's something that we have the money to do and we can accomplish. You can move those numbers around. You can move the priority around. Maybe we have a priority item, but we know we're not going to have the money for another 2 years. So we're going to leave that as number 2 or 3 on the list, but we can move something else up because we know we have the money to accomplish it now. So if we knew that we were going to do that in the next budget year, we can say, okay, so in our capital outlay line item, we're going to be using $65,000 out of that to do this HVAC system. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
So we have it in the budget, but it's not necessarily spelled out. Driveway, HVAC, ADA, same thing with the water department. It's not spelled out like that. So these documents will kind of work together, I guess.
If I remember in the DDA, we could take general fund money, however, whatever line item, was, and put it into a capital improvement line item. So we can save it this year, save it next year for that project in 27. Is that the way
Mm.
you're understanding it also?
It's how our capital improvement, it's just what you said, to allocate it.
Right,
Figure out
for
what's-
multiple years. So
Yeah.
in theory, in 28, we've got the,
To buy a new
money.
fire engine or
Right.
whatever.
Right.
or the roof replaced, or.
Okay.
So this committee, how many members are you thinking of on it?
It was 4 when we started it. Myself as the zoning administrator and supervisor, Michelle as the board liaison, Michelle Plavich as the board liaison, and then Roxanne and Tom. So Tom, did you want to stay on?
Sure.
Okay, so then we would need one more member and then we'll reappoint.
Chad, you volunteered.
Yeah,
Okay.
I make a motion to recommend Chad.
And I think that we need to hold off on Tom because I need to reappoint you to the planning commission at the next board meeting,
Oh,
actually. Yeah.
so,
So your term expired and I didn't realize that when I was doing the appointments at the last board meeting. I reappointed you to the ZBA already because your term hadn't expired there, even though you're the liaison, I think, from the planning commission. But you'll get reappointed at the end of the month at the February meeting.
oh, that has to go through the board. Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Just FYI. So at the next meeting, we can
Okay.
we can do that.
So it says here we have to do roll call for that
On the,
on the appointment of the new member to the CIP.
okay,
So Larry Gary,
yes,
Chad. Atkins,
yes,
Tom Hill,
yes.
Michelle Plavich.
Yeah.
Paul, yes, Johnston is absent, Michelle. Okay.
And on the CIP that we had examples of New Haven and Williamson Township or something. Is that how we want?
I don't
Or,
know.
I don't know.
Some CIPs
Yeah.
I found from other
Yeah.
municipalities.
Do you
just-
want this? Did anybody want the book that we got from our?
Okay,
committee?
yeah.
Sure.
Okay, let me pull all mine.
When you guys did that a few years ago with Tim, right? Or Tim set that up, or how did you?
I don't even remember.
I think
We
it's when you
went-
first,
We went to Oscoda, but there's a lot of good information, and like I said, I do a CIPs here, this might help you.
CIP for what?
I do a CIP for Trowbridge and for my business,
Oh, okay.
so.
So we want you. up.
Right?
Well, I could, but I don't know if I can commit because when you guys gonna have the meetings. I mean, I would come if I'm available. That's why I asked if somebody would notify me.
Okay.
I don't
well,
wanna commit to going and then be gone to Florida,
No, I get that.
but I would come if I was notified. I didn't know
Okay.
you guys had a meeting or I would have came.
Well, we,
Okay.
Well, the meeting was.
I
made.
missed you.
Right.
Because like I say,
Our feelings were hurt,
No,
but we
it
got
sounds
that
like
over.
Chad's done them before too, so I think you're in good hands.
Well, I think it's good to know anyways, Dylan, at least that way if we have questions too, we can bounce it off you and see what you're thinking too.
Like I say, I don't wanna join the committee because I can't give 100% to say I'm here, and I don't like doing that. If I'm gonna join something, I'm in 100%, you know? But if you notify me, I'll come. If I'm
Yep.
here.
And then any updates from that will obviously come back to the planning commission as well. So it'll be on the agenda to discuss at whatever the next meeting is.
Stuff do you want to take next, Abby? Do you want the committee to meet and kind of rank these? Do some more brainstorming?
I
that
think,
bring
Need
it
to be
back.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because we can say, oh, this needs
I
to be
think we
done,
get
but
the
until we
department
know,
heads in, have
Uh-huh.
the chief and
Mhm.
rank his.
well,
like your water department. That's why I was at the last meeting when I was asking.
The water department, that's pretty much done by F&B operations,
Okay.
because they're the only ones that really. have
Because I was
the-
trying
the
to
knowledge
figure out
do that.
while your people were, because you have there's, what is the township? Al-Anon building. Right? The township owns the Al-Anon building.
oh,
Mhm.
there's all them things that need to be taken into consideration too. I know they just did a lot of remodeling in there.
But
for
it still needs
grants,
more.
But it needs to be
And the
taken,
fire-
in- you have to reach out to all those people to say, hey, give us your top 5. What is important needs to be done now. So you can add them all in your CIP.
Yeah, and like I said, this was just, Michelle and I sat down and said, what can we add on this? We have something to start with at
Yeah.
least, so that we're not giving you guys a blank piece of paper saying, here, fill in the blanks with whatever you think needs to be fixed.
What is what is the Al-Anon building? What financial liability or responsibility do we have?
We
for
own
it?
it.
Yeah, we
own
own the
it, but-
building.
We own it. We rent it to them for $1 a year.
So we're responsible for,
They get a lot of grants.
how about sewer, water,
buildings.
The
electricity?
Building on Piper Road.
Yeah,
that Allen
Right
Road,
now,
where
right by
they,
the Piper Water Tower.
Used to be Piper.
where they hold the, alcoholic anonymous meetings.
Yeah.
Off of where.
They just got like an 80,000 grant from the opioid fund from the county, and they did a lot of work to fix that building.
Yeah, and I have asked about the opioid funding for this year, and I was told from the county that there wasn't any funding for it. So
who pays for the water, sewer, all that stuff, electricity?
the township pays for that.
Township pays for it, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't,
Yeah.
Because I,
Do
yeah,
we? I don't think we pay for any of the utilities.
Well, somebody's paying for them.
I think they are.
okay.
I don't,
I would think.
I don't.
I don't know.
Ever remember seeing.
I guess
a bill
I-
for any
I will
utilities
ask.
for-
Are they
They're no,
they're incorporated or is it,
whatever.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I know they have
Yeah.
meetings, but I didn't know if the Alcoholics Anonymous had a board of directors and
Oh, yeah.
what, and locally they do too? Or is it, I don't know.
I would think so, cause who is that guy, what's that guy's name that runs it, help me, do you know what I'm talking about?
Is it Eric?
No,
No. I don't know.
But I've never seen a utility bill for that.
Okay.
I just assumed
Well,
that we wrote it off.
I'm leasing it to them, so
Yeah.
they're paying for all that.
Yeah, I just assumed that we wrote the water and sewer rate off.
cause how do we know what else the township actually owns to know who to go to for the department heads or who would be in charge?
So that's the only thing other than Thunder Bay Island,
That's what I'm
Michelle,
saying.
unless you,
There's a garage on Piper Road too.
Oh,
DPW
right.
owns.
Yep.
Other than that, it's this building, Southside Fire Station.
Southside Fire Station is,
the one by
Well, but it's
Taco
also
Bell.
all Parks.
Yeah.
Nature Preserve,
That's why
the only park.
Parks and all that stuff.
We only have one. 2 parks, Nature Preserve and Thunder Bay Island.
Thunder Bay Island.
and Thunder Bay Island is under the lighthouse preservation or not?
They help maintain it.
Yeah, we have a agreement with them for maintenance.
Well, what about like the 45th parallel thing? Isn't there a?
That's from the south.
South Bay corridor, which has dissolved, right?
Last I heard.
Does
it's
the
all-
Yeah.
township own?
But they had that property.
My understanding is that they handed that property over to Huron Pines.
Oh, really?
Yep, they dissolved and, I think donated it to Huron Pines, and then whatever money was left, they also donated to Huron Pines.
So the bike path and that stuff is not the townships out there?
We are responsible for the bike path.
For the bike path,
Maintenance.
Maintenance.
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
bike path,
Those are right of ways.
Yeah.
But there's 3 water towers that there's property, right?
Yeah, and those are,
Corner.
I think, listed on here. Maybe not.
Well, the water towers get repainted
They
every
got
5 years.
South Tower.
So we've already done,
So
Didn't-
And
Yeah.
32,
Yeah.
yep.
Right?
right,
That one by Walmart, didn't that one pop a hole in it?
before
Couple
we,
years ago?
yeah, the
Okay.
middle of the winter, but that was before we repainted it.
Okay.
But those projects,
So the
so
paint
there's,
they're holding the
That
steel
has
in.
to be-
those are CIP projects. I mean,
Right.
those are
Those are big.
every 3 years or. whatever.
Every
Yeah.
10 years.
So if you look,
Has to be done, so.
if you look under the water section, there,
We need to be doing one every 3.
those towers are listed. There's South Tower paint and upgrades. They've got that for 2026.
Yeah, like
um,
it says Piper Road Tower inspection,
Right.
and then once it's inspected, we find out what has to be done, and like, does it have to be painted this year, 2 years, 3 years?
Right, but the inspection, the inspection on the south tower still needs to be, it needs to be we need to keep it on here to, as a reminder.
Right,
That's really what a CIP does, is it just keeps reminding us that, you know, every, I don't know how often those need to be inspected, but if we've got 3 of them, they need to be done. We need to rotate them. We don't want to be inspecting them all in 1 year. Cash flow, it doesn't work.
no,
Right.
it doesn't.
Right.
And that's what we have been doing is spreading them out every few years.
But that's what a CIP really
It's
is.
So,
supposed to do. Right.
all these things, we'll talk more about it. But all these things, like, all these expenses under 26. That come out to 7 million. We don't have money to do that, do we? No.
Right. Because like the comprehensive water service line replacements, that's 3.5 million.
Mm-hmm,
We're working on getting grants and loans for that.
okay.
And ultimately, the water and sewer, that all comes out of the water and sewer fund.
No tax dollars to be used.
That's the whatever fund that is.
So,
the
yeah,
water
so when
fund.
people ask about the rates and why the rates are increasing and changing, et cetera, it's because of things like this that we need to be doing. The repair and the maintenance that needs to happen.
That hasn't.
That has not been done.
I don't see the DPW is not on here at all.
What do you mean?
Well,
We don't have a DPW.
It's that,
We don't have a DPW anymore. It's F and V now. They're just our water department. That's it.
who's doing the maintenance around here?
We are.
We are,
Who's
we have,
we? Who is?
Abby.
me. Yeah,
The firefighters as needed.
yeah, whoever we can get to do it. Yes, yep.
We are working on, Abby's working on a maintenance agreement.
Yeah, we're working on that. I'll have more to share probably the next time I see you guys. But right now are you talking about like as far as lawn care and plowing and salting and all that stuff? So we subcontract that out right now.
All of that is,
It's all contracted out.
so there is no, so there used to be a DPW,
Correct.
right?
Yeah, before F and V took over the water department, it was just the DPW and they did various things. Yep. hmm
no,
But,
we
but
just,
a lot of maintenance around here because
No,
we're a
Busy with the
skeleton
water.
crew that
They
we're
were
very
busy with the water.
Yeah.
we just don't have a person that,
We don't have like a janitor.
handyman
no.
person,
no.
handy person.
I'm the handy person.
Thing is filled out. We have someone
Okay.
who does the cleaning, someone who does the lawn work, someone who does the
Yep.
snow plowing.
Yes, and that's a major reason for this, just we don't have the equipment or the staff to do it. So, we don't have, I think prior to my time, Michelle, correct me if I'm wrong, but that was looked into and it was like the cost, the insurance and liability to have a plow truck and somebody to do all that was well over what it would have cost to sub it out. And then on top of that, have a separate employee to do that. So,
But there's
Does-
different options that have come up
Mhm.
and Abby's researching them,
Alright.
so.
Yep.
Minus the vehicles of the fire department. Does the township own? We do not own a vehicle.
No,
So we reimburse mileage for different employees when need be?
yes.
yes.
And we have looked into what we pay for reimbursement, like what if we leased a vehicle? And it was cheaper to just reimburse people or have them rent a vehicle for long trips.
Okay,
Do we want to set a date for the for a CIP meeting?
Sure.
I mean, everybody's here.
That doesn't have to be an open meeting. That's just a committee. It's
No,
not
that's just a
any
committee. We just met in
decision.
my office last time. Yeah, we're just let me grab my phones.
Just a committee, right?
Right? I mean, everybody's here, might as well
Mhm.
move forward, otherwise it may not.
Well, right. I mean, ultimately, as 2 board members of the, would you guys, when is the board asking this to be put together?
I don't think there's a time
6
frame.
months ago?
Yeah, there's not a time frame. We're just trying.
Table for well over a year.
Oh, I'm saying 2 years or.
Yeah, it just
We
keeps.
started it,
It's kicked down the road.
see, Abby's been here over a year and we started it before that, or
Right.
tried to start
We
it.
tried.
I think Tim said, the township attorney said he had done work on it in 21, maybe.
Something that needs to be.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
we're working on it. We're trying to pull all the loose pieces together.
So what does everybody's schedule look like?
You guys throw me a date. I'll
March
let you know.
3rd. I don't know.
Is that a Tuesday or?
It's Tuesday,
It's,
Tuesday,
Tuesday.
That will work for me.
okay.
Anybody?
The only downfall of that is it's
Um,
4 weeks away.
Well, we have,
You don't know what you're.
Like, no, that,
How
if I set an
about-
appointment, I can usually figure.
we
it
have
out.
the Board of
I mean,
Review organizational meeting that day as well.
Oh, so that's probably not.
Okay,
Yeah, just FYI.
I'm thinking
Thursday, the 12th,
of February.
January.
January.
You said that was too far away. I'm giving you this.
No, February.
I'm saying, or February, yeah, February.
February 12th.
Thursday,
Yeah.
That's this Thursday?
Mhm.
I'm good with this Thursday.
okay. I think I am too.
Chad?
Well, it depends on what time we're meeting.
What time?
What
do you
time
want
works
to
for
do
you?
that? I'm an early bird, Chad, so you tell me when.
Well, I mean, if it's early in the morning, I mean, I like 8 o'clock meetings. I mean, I don't, that's the chamber dinner
Yeah.
night.
Oh.
So that's, but we can't just, I mean, some of that stuff just needs to be worked around.
I'm completely open on Thursday right now, so
Abby, what time can you be here for?
I can be here at 8. I mean, we open at 8, so
I know, but.
unless you want to be here earlier than that.
Not earlier.
then-
You know, I can't be here till 8:30 because I have to drop. off to
Okay,
school, but
so 8:30.
Oh, 8:30?
It can be 8. I can come later.
No,
Okay.
8:30,
8:30 is fine.
Anybody else?
I can make it work. It's kind of early for me to get up, but,
It's early for me too, Tom.
take one for the team.
Appreciate it, Tom.
So I'll come right after I drop the kid. All right. So
Perfect.
And I might have to drop my grandson off too. He sometimes stays with.
Do you want me to pick them up?
Yeah, there we go.
I
You
have
only had 4
4.
today. Do you have enough belts?
do, actually.
Okay, CIP meeting set for Thursday, February 12th, 8:30 AM.
And,
Here.
Mhm.
I mean, do you think we're 3 or 4 meetings in?
Well, Chad, we've not done this before, so your guess is as good as ours.
Don't you?
I mean, I want shit done. I don't like stuff lasting
See, I don't-
6 months.
Okay.
That stuff just drives me nuts.
But do we need, before we schedule this meeting on Thursday though, do we need to have somebody reach out to all these different departments? Just cutting our hands off, have a meeting and what do?
To be able to have a list.
We're gonna sit here and say, okay, now.
I mean, we've
reach
got
out to
everything
the-
insured, so we look at our insurance.
But I mean, you have to go to your people and say what's important in your department.
But the
It's
chief's
gonna
right
take-
there, he's already been analyzing everything, so I know it won't take the chief long. And that's our
Water.
biggest department. Water department,
Water looks like it's pretty well set that,
There's no prices, but
well.
Oh, for the fire?
Fire, but.
Yeah.
fire.
It was somewhat estimated. I
Right.
mean, you want to be somewhat close, but it's not. I always think it's terrible to go ask a business to give me an estimate on something for 3 years down the road. I
Right.
mean, really? I mean, I think you can.
You know, if it's $100 or 100,000, just
Well,
somewhere in.
but I
Right,
think the chief can look at this and go, okay, it's gonna be about this much and.
right. And time frame. I mean,
Right.
when's,
Yeah,
Well-
what they think they need.
And realistically, looking at that list, I mean, 2 of those projects are already gonna be not happening anytime in the near future project, you know?
But that will determine,
Mhm.
so what,
we,
so who else do you need to reach out to? Is there anything that needs to be done on the garage at Piper or,
That would be DPW.
Yeah, I have that on my note to ask
You said we don't have-
DPW.
yeah,
Well, I mean,
You-
F and B, I'm
Okay.
sorry, F and B.
so,
Know that.
We call it the DPW garage.
so do you wanna reach out to them before Thursday? All
Yeah,
of
I mean,
them?
they work here every day, so I can just ask them in the morning.
1 to 5 of what's
And
important.
actually, like the general fund stuff that we've got here, Abby and I. Didn't want to kind of prioritize those.
Perfect. All right, Thursday then, that's good.
or you're thinking 2 or 3 meetings.
I'm
Yeah.
hoping that that's all it takes.
I don't know.
Let's be positive, Abby.
I'm gonna be positive and say whatever you guys want me to say, but I don't know, because like I said, we've not done this, so. And the reality of it, I mean,
Do you have somewhat of a format that you're thinking of using?
I found a couple samples. I can forward them to you. So you have,
If you talk to the city.
I could
think-
ask Anna for a copy of theirs.
I think I have, oh no, I'm sorry, that was the annual reports. Yeah. The other thing we can do too is reach out.
The black book from the DDA, the CIP for the city was, it was a 4-inch 3-ring binder.
Oh, yeah, they have.
Yeah.
And they just have so much stuff though, yeah.
Yeah, we're really,
If you don't think this township doesn't, who's got more residents? Who's got more stuff going on? I mean,
Oh, they do. Cause they supply all our water and sewer and so that,
doesn't look like it.
well. But we don't have any place to dump it. Or get it
Well,
from. So that's a
but-
huge expense is
Well, but
the
that's-
stations.
No, but we've got station. I mean,
Yeah, we have got, yeah.
we've got a lot of things.
No, I know we have
I mean,
a city and a and we have city and country. Is what we have.
No, but this township has to quit thinking that we're just this big.
no, I think the big difference though, Chad, I hear what you're saying, but I think the big difference is that we don't have the parks and recreation type stuff. We really truly only have the nature preserve and Thunder Bay Island. So we don't have like,
W,
yeah,
not having extra vehicles, we don't have tractors and all of that. That's what I was asking.
we'd like to though.
Well,
We're looking at actually trying to get a street sweeper or like a sidewalk sweeper. Yeah.
We don't have any of that.
Yep. But it's not to say there's not lots of projects that we can still be doing and looking towards the future to say, if this, then
If
Yeah.
that's like a future project, it's too bad.
I'm trying.
I know, I'm with you on it there.
Did you, is there something with the Narrows? Don't we own something at the Narrows?
I'm not sure.
And then here in Shorts Little League Fields, who owns that?
So we own that. They fund that. But that is something that's on our list as well. I've reached out to them.
Yeah, something about the road.
Yeah, I had reached out to them. So I guess just for clarity, the township paid this last year to have that driveway right here, dust controlled. So apparently we pay for it sometimes, but then also here on Tarsus so that they've had that donated previously. But part of the conversation I've had with them is what does it look like to, what would it look like? What's the benefit and what would be the cost to having that blacktop? Would there be a benefit to them? The township does technically own it, so would there be a benefit to us if we did that? And who's gonna pay for that? Do they want to help pay for it? They actually told me that that was on their list several years ago, but it didn't seem like it was a project that everyone was on board with, so they moved to putting those lights in. So I think there's definitely room for more conversation with them about the driveway there. I spoke to them in the fall about putting the recycling bins where they are because they basically said, yeah, put the bins there, we'll share your fence, and recycling is gonna put the slats in the fence there to just kind of help with the debris. But they said, yeah, right. But they were on board with that. They said, yeah, that's great. We don't have a problem with it because they put that fence up. So there's some different things. One of the other projects that we talked about was just completing our whole drive area. We've got asphalt over here. Now we've got these concrete pads. I reached out to the people who did our asphalt and they said, they gave me an estimate, but then we had the pads placed. So now he'll have to remeasure and give us another estimate. But all that kind of stuff is improvement to our building and our property that we should be doing, or at least looking at doing in the future and seeing the cost benefit for us. So,
All things that go on that CIP
Yeah.
for sure.
yep. And like I said, when we are looking at that, I mean, I'm keeping in mind, and we should all be keeping in mind, what things do we want to see if we can get grant funded and, how can we do that? Well, if we have it on the CIP saying, and in the master plan saying, these are changes that we want to make. A lot of the grant applications say, do you have it documented somewhere that this is something that you want to do? This is a project. So
Are you still doing the grants or who's doing the grants?
I'm doing the grants. NEMCOG is helping me with some of them. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Hmm?
Anybody else? There's nothing else now? Next meeting?
Anything else to discuss?
I have a tentative meeting schedule, but that has to be approved by the board. So once, I think I'll put that on for the February agenda. I'm not sure how it's been done in the past.
It gets approved when we approve the budget.
Okay. Do we have to wait until then to do it?
It's gotta be fiscal year, right?
Yeah, it's on the fiscal year, so we do it all.
Okay.
It's one of our special motions.
When is our
Okay.
fiscal year?
April
1st.
first.
April first.
Remember?
Yes, yeah.
Uh-huh. Well, we have tentative dates for that. So if you look at your calendar and think that we have this meeting on the first Monday of the month, you can kind of figure it out until April 1st, and then I'll
Mhm.
give you that.
Anything else?
What else is this, I mean, other than people coming in for, what is this committee supposed to be meeting with? I
Uh,
guess I'm just ignorant to.
That's okay. So am I, because I think I've only been here for 3 meetings, and
Yeah.
2 of them were the same meeting that got delayed or whatever. But anytime there's special use permits for zoning, not anytime, but frequently if there's special use permits for people wanting to do stuff, they have to come to the planning commission and present their case, and then the commission reviews everything and gives their recommendation for it.
No authority, the board, it still has to go through the board, correct?
We only make recommendations, yes.
Yeah, we make,
Zoning changes,
Right.
as long as it. meets
changes to
criteria.
ordinance, yeah.
Yeah. One of the things that we'll probably start looking at in this next year are some changes to our ordinances, which I've been in communication with Denise Klein from NEMCOG. She wrote our ordinances for us. And as I've been going through, she likes to laugh because my first year here, I got thrown like a bunch of wild cards. And she laughs and says, there's people who've been doing zoning for 20 years who've never had to deal with this. So congratulations. But it's definitely brought up a lot of questions. So Lynn and I have a list of things going to ask her, and some changes for zoning type stuff to help benefit the township or to make things flow better.
We, our last meeting, we made a recommendation to not approve a request for a zoning change, and the board overruled us. That was the only time that's happened in
Well, I think
15 years I've been here.
yeah, so my understanding with that though is that daycare case was similar, but the board chose to toss it back and have you guys reevaluate that.
Did that one,
Yes.
and,
Yeah.
But this one you didn't toss back.
No, we just followed the recommendation of our attorney and
Conditional rezone, and Tim Golden is really strong.
Yep.
With zoning, so I mean, he's, cause I came to the meeting and it was explained point
Yeah.
by point,
Yep.
And that was explained by Denise Klein.
right.
Point
yeah,
by
yeah.
point.
And so that's,
So she made it very easy.
yeah, when I talked about having Denise come and do some presentations or do some kind of a training for us, that's one of the things that I want her to come and do. And then also, just so you guys are aware, there's tons and tons and tons of training and education opportunities. So if there's something that you want to attend, let me know. I'll make sure it gets in the budget so that we can do that.
Where do we find what's available?
Well, that's a little bit tricky. I was able to get a list of MTA trainings for this coming year. But they do various trainings, and then there's also the MSU extension. So one of the courses that I just completed is the Citizen Planner course, which was very, very insightful for me. I was able to get a reimbursement grant for it from our insurance, and I will check, but I would think that it would be available to anybody that wanted to do it. So the class was $250. I paid for it, well, the township paid for it up front, and then they'll reimburse us $125 of that once it's completed. And it's online at your own pace. And then you have access to everything afterwards. And then after that, there's another, I can't think of what it's called, but there's another planning class after that that you can do. I think it's master planner. So there's those educations, and MSU is always doing various educations. Our attorney group downstate is doing various education things. This fall, I attended with Lynn, the planning and zoning conference that the MTA held on Frankenmuth. I can't, I want to say, is it Tammy Bates from Green?
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay, so Tammy was there also. But yeah, they're just stuff like that, the conferences and stuff, or whatever education, if there's things that you think let me know and we'll look into it and see if we can get some more education opportunities for us. Like I said, the big one for me will be getting Denise to come here and just answer questions and kind of give us an overview of stuff and go over things that maybe we haven't done in a long time. That conditional rezone, was difficult, rightfully so, because it's not something that we've done here. So I wouldn't expect everybody to have a bunch of experience, myself included, which is why we reached out to Denise and we reached out to the attorney and got the help that we needed to make sure that we were doing things the way we needed to do them.
Yeah, when I talked to Denise, she said that we should have asked for assistance on handling that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cause that's not one that
It was unique.
you ever
Yeah.
see, yeah.
There's something probably that's going to be currently coming up in the near future, is a cell phone towers that they want to do some improvements to. And by improvements, I mean, they want to replace them with other things. And so I've already reached out to Denise and Tim about that and said, let's make sure we're doing everything right here. And Denise said she'll absolutely walk us through it every step of the way. So
Okay.
whenever that comes across and we actually have an application for the planning commission, we can go over all that stuff too. I feel like I'm in trial.
Anything else? Who makes a motion to adjourn?
I'm to adjourn.
Also,
All in favor?
see.
Opposed? Okay.